And at page 684, I see it's commissioned. You see that? Colonel?
I'm going down to your document.
No. I thought it immediately follows We're at 681, looking at the cast number and them.
I'm
just
pulling it up on
to-
my electronic copy instead of the hard copy.
I prefer you work on the files before you, then we don't lose each other.
Okay.
Okay. I'll assure you, before the commissioners, that what's in the file is exactly as you gave to the commissions. Nothing has been added and nothing has been omitted. So you can trust the file. I'm at 683. That is the statement of Mr. Fadiel Adams. And overleaf at page 684, I see it's commissioned. Correct?
That's correct.
I'm interested, even before we look at the content, at 684, if we go to that part after Mr. Adams' signature, it reads thus, and I hope you can help me, quote, thus done and signed at, no, I'll start again, thus done and signed to at Pretoria on this, the 6th day of January 2025, by the deponent who acknowledged that she knows and understands the contents of this affidavit. This affidavit was sworn to before me, and the deponent's signature was placed hereon in my presence at Cape Town. There's the Commissioner of Oath, and it's reflected as Dylan Perumal as the chief investigator. I take it that that's Mr. Perumal, you said, was the chief investigator in this matter.
That's correct.
My confusion, I guess, arises where it says it was signed at Pretoria, and it says his signature was placed hereon in my presence at Cape Town. Reading that, where was this statement taken and commissioned? Pretoria or Cape Town? It can't be both.
Commissioner, Chair, Commissioners, Council, I believe this is probably an administrative thing. So it's not Pretoria. From what I heard, this is Cape Town.
So it's taken in Cape Town. So reference to Pretoria there is incorrect. Yes, it might be a function of using. Yes, Commissioner Baloi.
Yeah, I don't know that you can make that correction unless you're telling us you were present when this affidavit was deposed to.
Chair, Commissioner, I'm just making the inference. So it's just an inference I'm making.
Yeah.
And from what I know, that this was not Pretoria.
Well, you
but
can only...
Mr. Chief Investigator Perumal will be able to.
Yes.
Yes, he will be the one.
He's the one that must explain what happened here. So we're not making any corrections.
Are you suggesting that when he was physically in Cape Town? That is Mr. Perumal.
Yes, I believe Chief Investigator Perumal was physically in Cape Town.
But his base were in Pretoria?
In Pretoria, sir.
Does he carry around his Pretoria stamp when he travels? Because look at the stamp there, it says Pretoria.
The investigating...
Pretoria appears twice there on the date stamp.
That's our office stamp, sir.
I'm saying, does he carry it around? Would he carry it to Cape Town?
So normally we carry our stamps with us, sir.
That's very unusual. But that doesn't make sense then, because you would stamp Cape Town when you are physically in Musina.
So when you...
Why would you do that?
The way I look at it from the affidavit before me, if you look at the address of the commissioner who's signing the oath, his office address is given as Pretoria, and that's our office stamp that's next to it. So it's not that it is you're carrying a stamp to Pretoria to stamp an affidavit in Cape Town when it should be I'm not understood.
From what you are saying, that's exactly what you suggest happened here. Even
Yes.
though he's based in Pretoria, he was physically in Cape Town, and the affidavit was commissioned there.
Yes,
And
sir.
he stamped it with a Pretoria stamp, date stamp, even though he's in Cape Town. That's exactly what you are suggesting,
No.
which I don't understand.
Let me get clear on it so I can understand, Chair. Firstly, from what I know, but only Chief Investigator Perumal can expand and confirm on the statement. And this is from I heard that the statement was taken in Cape Town. But what I'm saying here on this affidavit, Chief Investigator Dylan Perumal commissioned this affidavit. The address, his address, our office is Pretoria. So underneath his details, it can be seen Investigating Director IDAC, Brooklyn, Pretoria. Our office stamp has Pretoria on it. We don't have an office in Cape Town. So his stamp, and therefore the stamp is Pretoria.
Did he have to, was it obligatory for him to stamp the document? Stamp it Pretoria when he's not in Pretoria? That simply does not make sense, because it's not giving the factual position. It's not stating the factual position. Even the indication of the office there. Let me just look. Expert Chief Investigating Directorate against National. Or I guess that's fine, because it's relating more to his position.
Yes,
so
his position.
So yes, so there's no issue there.
Yes.
What's typed on there, basically
Yes.
explaining who he is. Maybe, I guess there's no issue there, but the issue relates to the date stamp.
Yes, sir.
And it sounds very strange to me that you carry your date stamps wherever you travel. What on earth for?
Commissioner, the only explanation I can afford, Commissioner, is in the way I see it, because we don't necessarily put a stamp on the affidavit.
Exactly.
But there is.
Exactly, because it's not even obligatory that you should have a date stamp on there. That affidavit would have been complete without a date stamp. By putting the date stamp on
Yes.
there, or affixing the date stamp on there, you are suggesting that this was commissioned in Pretoria.
Yes, Commissioner. That inference can be drawn.
But which, of course, would be problematic, because
Yes.
you also have Cape Town in manuscript
Yes.
written on there.
I think in the rare cases, Commissioner, that point that you made is taken, that if we are in Pretoria and we are obtaining statements in Pretoria, our state stamp is not a problem. But if we are taking affidavits in another province, we should keep that in mind. So I will take that advice from you, Commissioner, in good stead. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
So, so still on that, and I want to preface it by saying, firstly, accept this is Perumal's affidavit. It's not you that signed, but I want to preface what I'm going to say with this, that affidavits have been thrown out of court for non-compliance on these kind of issues. And one of the problems that there is here, and that Perumal would have to, Chief Investigator Perumal would have to explain, is in that very paragraph which the chair is discussing with you, in the second line, it refers to to the deponent as she knows and understands. And it's been a serious problem because it raises the question, was the deponent even in front of the Commissioner of Oaths? So that is one of the issues that are problematic about this affidavit, that I accept that he will have to come and explain and persuade that he took this affidavit in the presence of Mr. Adams, and it was Cape Town or Pretoria. But to go back to an earlier page at 681, where you say the station is Brooklyn, there's a date issue, there's a case number issue there, but when you look at the bottom of the document, it has a different date. The bottom of the document, it indicates it was signed on the 6th of January 2025. And then next to it, there's provision for member signature. It requires rank, name, and surname. None of that information is provided. And I have tried to see whether it could be Mr. Adams's signature, which it seems it shouldn't be because it requires member signature. And when I look at Perumal's signature, it looks completely different I'm no expert about that, but it looks completely different from the signature on page 681, which brings me to the question. Do you go to Brooklyn Police Station and say, we need to open a docket, and that's where you get this preamble statement, or is this a form that is kept by IDAC in its office? And then when you get referrals such as Section 27, you then complete it and put in the name of the station. In time, you will put in the cast number, but whoever puts in the name of the station on the 6th of January then completes it at the bottom. How does it work?
Commissioner, as far as I know, that the preambles of the statement is done when you are taking the affidavit itself.
This is a form that IDAC keeps with it.
Yeah, we have copies of we have copies of these.
Okay.
IDAC is in the process of doing, in terms of the dockets and annexures where it says SAPs. We are continuously deleting SAPs and putting IDAC on it. So you look, for example, exhibit bags. IDAC has now got its own exhibit bags. So we are an office in progress where we are getting and moving away from
So at the bottom of that page where it says member signature and then rank, name, and surname, I would expect to see the name of whoever created this document and their rank.
Yes.
Okay. And the date at the bottom would be the date when what happens, because it's a different date from the June 2025 at the top, which comes with the cars. The bottom number, the bottom date, what is that date supposed to reflect? What does it speak to?
The 6th of January 2025.
Yes.
The bottom.
Yes.
It talks to the day the affidavit was taken.
Okay.
It's the same date the affidavit was taken.
And you say the affidavit is taken without a cast number. Is that your evidence?
It still goes on the inquiry, Commissioner.
All right,
So
thank you.
what you see here, if you just remove the case number, this is still an inquiry.
Okay.
But because the docket at a later stage was registered, in the docket you've got to make sure everything from back to front has got the case number.
Thank you.
And I take your other concern, Commissioner, that a signature must be followed by initial and surname, identifying the signature.
Yeah, but you accept that we don't know who opened this on the basis of this document in front of us.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just to close on this topic, then, this conflict between Pretoria and Cape Town at page 684, because I'd understood you earlier to say, upon the investigation being initiated, you took the statement of the complainant. That's what you had said. Unless, you say I, unless I meant IDAC in this instance. I thought you personally were present when the statement was taken. Or did I mishear?
No. The statement of I use it in the context that IDAC takes the statement of the complainant, but the particular statement that is before the commission now, I was not present. No. That's exactly the point I'm making. I take you to this problem at page 684 because I'd understood you to have said that in this particular Mukwele investigation, after you got your authorization, you are appointed as lead investigator. I took the A1 statement. You remember a discussion about what becomes the A1 statement? I had understood you to have said that you took the statement. And I'm checking, did I mishear you? No, that'll be, that I'll have to correct myself there. You know, we were talking about what build up, and it could be in that mix that I would in that context. But in terms of the what we actually have here, the Adams statement it doesn't refer that I took it.
So your final
There's only-
position
it's
is,
only- It only appears in the processes of what we do.
what appears in the processes?
No, when I was explaining,
No. Sorry, we were already in the docket by
No.
the time I understood
Then
you.
then-
But if I'm wrong, the transcript will
Yes.
prove me wrong, and I'm happy. I'll
No.
correct myself.
I'll take it this way, and if to correct myself, that I did not take the statement. So if it is mentioned that I took it, then I'm correcting it now. I did not take the statement, and I was not present during the statement.
No, I accept that, and I accept that I too may have misunderstood you. Just then, lastly, before we leave this document, based on Commissioner Baloi's questions, at page 681 and 682, the signature at the bottom has to be the signature of the person who takes the statement. Correct? Is that how we understand this document?
It-
681? You're on 681.
681.
And 682, the same signature appears. Am I correct that that is the signature of the person who takes the statement?
Yes, that should be the person who takes the statement.
Okay. Now,
But on the next-
on your version, the version before you, that signature is not redacted. I would like you to compare that signature at 681, 682, and compare it with the signature at 684 above the name Mr. Fadiel Adams. I might be wrong, but it looks like the same signature, and it is markedly different from the signature by Mr. Perumal at 684, who's the commissioner here. Did Mr. Adams sign in the wrong place, or should I take
Yeah.
that signature to be Mr. Perumal's signature, although that doesn't look
I'm
like
going to put it in this context, Council.
Yes.
Chief Perumal, who took this statement, is best placed to answer in terms of the signatures.
Yes,
that-
no, for a fact, he is. I was just asking you. You are looking at it, you're an
I'm
investigator.
looking at it,
What
yeah.
conclusion would you draw?
The way I see it here is that this signature is put in the wrong place here.
It's put in the wrong place, or I'm more interested in between the two, who appended the signature at page 681 and 682? Is it Mr. Adams, or is it, you call him Chief Perumal?
The signatures on the bottom of the page appears to be Mr. From the way I look at the other signatures that are in the actual affidavit,
Yes.
it appears to be Mr. Adams.
Appears to me.
Yes.
And as we understand it, it by right ought to be the investigator or the police officer who takes the statement.
No, I'm not with you there, Council.
Now, I say, do I understand you correct that the signature that has to be appearing at 681 and 682 has to be the signature of the person taking the statement?
Yes.
Not the person giving the statement.
Yes, the
Okay.
person taking the statement.
We just have it the other way around here.
Page 2 should be the person that's the act. Am I hearing you correctly, Councillor, when you are saying on page 681,
Yes,
the signature on the bottom of the page is not Chief Perumal's signature, but Mr. Adams? Is that what you are saying?
yes, I'm saying if I compare, if you say the signature at 682 is, am I correct or am I wrong again?
Just come again, the Council. I'm not
I say,
hearing.
I assume this being an official form, the signature at page 681 and 682 would be the signature of the investigator who takes the statement.
Yes,
I'm just testing.
yes.
And that the only time I would see the complainant's signature is where the complainant signs his own statement. Would I be right? I might be wrong.
On page 2, that's 682,
Yes.
that signature at the bottom, that's where the complainant signs.
Is that for the complainant?
Yes.
And the one at
And the one in
681
the
is
front,
for the
it
investigator?
states their member's signature. So that'd be the person that's taking the affidavit.
Okay. But what we actually have, it would appear, right, at first blush, that Mr. Adams signed both
the wrong
page 1,
place.
page 2, and his own statement. It would appear, and I'm willing to be persuaded that it's not his signature, but Chief Perumal's signature at page 1.
Am I hearing you correctly, Councillor, when you are saying on page 681,
Yes,
the signature on the bottom of the page is not Chief Perumal's signature, but Mr. Adams. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, I'm saying if I compare, if you say the signature at 682 is Mr. Adams' signature, I say it looks like the signature at 681, so it's the same signature. And I say when I take those two signatures and I compare with Mr. Adams' statement, it's the same signature above Mr. Adams' statement. So the sum total of my interpretation is where Chief Perumal was supposed to have signed on 681, Mr. Adams signed. At 682, where you say the complainant signs, Mr. Adams signed, and once again, Mr. Adams signed on his statement. The only time Chief Perumal signs is when he commissions that statement at page 684.
Commissioner, Chair, I cannot comment on that. And I think Chief Perumal will be best placed because what is there is the inference that Chief Perumal signed Mr. Adams' statement is that's what's coming across. And I think that will be unfair for me to comment on that because I'm not a handwriting expert and I cannot comment on, but he himself can comment, did you sign here or did not? If I'm understanding you
mine
correctly.
was just a deduction, so I'll leave it there. And maybe I've seriously not maybe encroached into the commissioner's lunch, and perhaps we are all hungry now. So if